Coming up next on In the City, Sportscom's new program, the Coffee Marathon. Then, Murfreesboro's police department is rolling out a new unit to combat aggressive drivers. Also, Shannon Logan takes a bus ride to show how popular the RTA Relax and Ride program is with Murfreesboro residents. And finally, Murfreesboro citizens share some of their favorite Greenway routes. All this and more coming next on In the City. Hello, and welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm your host, Vinny Black. We have a great show for you, and to kick this thing off, let's talk coffee. Usually, I don't grab a cup of coffee after a long jog, but a new program at Sportscom may have you craving a cup of joe. Sportscom has brewed up an idea to keep you warm, fit, and energized throughout the cold winter months.
Today we're talking about the Coffee Marathon, and it is a program that we're going to go through 7 different coffee shops. I guess technically it's 6 coffee shops that are locally owned, and then the 7th is the Sportscom. Each coffee shop will have its own little running route. All those routes will add up to 26.2 miles. So you go to the Sportscom and register. It's $25 to register, and you'll get a passport. That passport will have on there all coffee stops, coffee shops, and you'll go do your route, go back to the coffee shop, they'll sign it.
Some routes will take you through the heart of historic downtown Murfreesboro, while others will guide you along the Greenway. So each route has something unique to offer you.
Each route is a little bit different. Our longest route is from Paul Bunks, and that is 5.2 miles. The Sportscom route is 4.6, and then I have to admit the other 4 are in there somewhere. I think our smallest route is 2 miles, and that's the Tiny Tea Factory. Once you bring your passport in with all the signatures on it, all 7 routes, then we'll trade that in for a coffee cup.
And to go along with your local coffee, the coffee cups are local too.
The Red Oak Pottery, how we found that. Bill is in some of my classes, and he leads our rides on Tuesdays during the summer. And he came up to me and he said, "You know, you're doing this coffee marathon. What are you going to give them at the end? It's just an old T-shirt." And I said, "Well, no, I wanted to do something else. I think I might give them coffee cups."
And a lot goes into making these cups, as Miss Joins learned by trying her hand at the craft. Turning a hunk of clay into a beautiful mug isn't as easy as it looks. But here's the end result.
This is one of the mugs that you could possibly earn after you've done all 7 routes for the Coffee Marathon.
So grab your local coffee, pour it into a locally made mug, and run your local routes to stay healthy and warm all winter long. The Murfreesboro Police Department is rolling out a new unit that will help make our streets safer.
We've all seen aggressive drivers before. They speed, cut you off, tailgate, or do anything that would increase the risk of a road accident. The Murfreesboro Police Department is well aware of these drivers and has created a new unit to deal with these aggressive drivers.
The Murfreesboro Police Department purchased several police Ford Interceptors in a street appearance package. So in other words, they look like any other model of car. The paint and style looks like anything else you'd see on the road. The only difference is the driver is actually a Murfreesboro police officer in uniform who's out looking for signs of aggressive driving, which includes speeding, following too closely, texting, talking on the phone, causing you to weave in and out of traffic, and noise violations, which are both a safety issue and a quality of life issue.
One of the officers assigned to this aggressive driving unit talks about what his focus will be.
When I started out, I was basically a base patrol officer, answering domestics, thefts. And as a police officer, you eventually find your niche in what you like to do. And my niche is traffic. I really enjoy working traffic on a daily basis. I was selected to be a member of what's going to be called the aggressive driving unit. This unit is designed to deal with violations that injure people.
The MPD believes to gain control of a situation is to be proactive, and that's exactly what this unit will do.
We've got a multi-pronged approach from our impact unit, the automated traffic enforcement unit, motorcycles, and now we add one more tool to that toolbox, which is our aggressive driving unit. And so being proactive in trying to reduce the number of crashes in Murfreesboro is very important to us, and this is just one of our tools we're going to use to do that.
Chief Crispin is giving us this opportunity that has been in the works for many, many years, and I feel very excited and fortunate to be a founding member of this unit and to get it off the ground. Our job ultimately is to make this city safer for not only our citizens, but our many, many visitors on a daily basis.
Officers are beginning to specialize a little bit more. We have officers who are experts in traffic accident investigation. We have several that are directed patrol, so they look for crime problems. We have others that are neighborhood patrol, business patrol, robbery prevention, and in this case we have several officers that are going to be dedicated toward reducing aggressive driving. And citizens should feel good about this investment, this initiative. These officers are going to be out here making your street safer, our streets safer for everyone who would travel Murfreesboro roadways.
The RTA Relax and Ride bus service has been providing reliable transportation for Murfreesboro for years, and it's more popular now than ever. We spent a morning on the bus to see how convenient it really is.
We've seen them buzzing around Murfreesboro, but what do we really know about RTA's Relax and Ride buses? The Regional Transportation Authority, better known as RTA, operates 9 regional bus routes, with the main hub being in Nashville. Murfreesboro has been a partner with RTA since 1996, with the service expanding in October 2012, primarily for commuters who work in Nashville. RTA works with area businesses to provide access to an expanded workforce. Shannon Logan from the city of Murfreesboro wanted to know what a normal morning commute was like for the Murfreesboro residents, what they like about the service, and what they would like to see changed. The service she used was the Murfreesboro Express, which is the most direct bus service from Murfreesboro to Nashville that is offered. The bus makes 3 stops in Murfreesboro and travels to Nashville on I-24 nonstop. The morning began at 5:50 a.m. at North Boulevard Church of Christ, the bus's second stop. Ms. Logan explains her experience.
I caught the 5:50 at Northfield Boulevard Church of Christ Relax and Ride. The bus was full. We stopped and had some people we picked up at Broad Street and Northfield, and then we went straight up 24 into Nashville. My trip took about 45 minutes from Northfield Boulevard Church of Christ to downtown Nashville to the Music City Central. We had a really good time. Everybody on the bus was really nice. I would say what I found on the bus is that there's a community. Everybody kind of knows each other. They talk to each other. They even make sure that if one falls asleep, they know each other's stops, and they make sure to tap someone so that they don't miss their stop.
I took a second to talk to some of the riders about RTA bus service.
I really enjoy it. It takes away the stress of driving back and forth to Nashville every day. You know, you can do something else. You can read, sleep, whatever, and not having the miles rack up on your own personal vehicle and the gas. So it's really a good thing. So I really enjoy it. Maybe one of the things they could do is add another route earlier in the morning. We do tend to fill up, and we've left people several times at our 3rd stop.
I just enjoy it. I mean, I know the ridership has increased, and it's always, you get to know people, where they're stopped, a little bit about them, and it's been great for me because parking, as you know, downtown it's not a lot of parking, so it kind of alleviates a lot of that stress of trying to find a park, and especially when it's cold or when it's extremely hot.
I've been riding the bus probably for 5 or 6 months now, and I really like it. It saves a lot gas-wise, and it doesn't stress you out like a typical commute would. It also saves you on the depreciation that you would, kind of accumulate on your car through commuting. So I really like it. I think it's a great service, and pretty cool.
As the bus arrived in Nashville a little before 7 a.m., a couple of stops were made. The most popular stop was where the Tennessee State workers get off. These government workers make up a good percentage of the bus's ridership. The bus ended up at Music City Central, the main hub for the Regional Transportation Authority, RTA, and Metro Transit Authority, MTA. We caught up with RTA's General Manager, Laura Balser, about their service to the Murfreesboro community.
We have 3 express buses that come from Murfreesboro to downtown, and then 3 express buses that come from Smyrna and Laverne to downtown. Okay. And those are really full. We have a lot of local buses in between all during the day. We have 31 trips a day, and so we just want to promote how easy it is to ride the bus. We built this center 5 years ago. It's very convenient. All the buses come in here, so it's easy to make connecting buses. We have a Dunkin' Donuts where people can stop off and get a cup of coffee and a donut before they go to work, so it's a real convenient ride. The Murfreesboro-Rutherford County service carries about 12,000 to 13,000 customers a month. So you think about how many cars that's taking off the road. We've seen, as the gas prices have increased, we've seen our ridership increase. This service over the last year has increased like 23% in ridership. So people get on it because the gas prices are high, but what we found is once the gas prices go back down, they stay on it because they realize this is easy to do and it's convenient. One of the worries people have when they take an express bus is what happens if I get to work and then I get sick and need to leave. We have what's called an emergency ride home program, and anybody who rides the buses on a regular basis can sign up for the emergency ride home. And if they have to go home in the middle of the day or if they have to work unscheduled overtime, then they can get a voucher and get a car, like an enterprise car, to get them home. We also have a program, it's a travel trainer program, where if people are scared to ride the bus the first time, they can call our customer care department. We have somebody that'll actually meet you and ride the bus with you and show you how to do it.
I think a lot of times we worry about our abilities to still have mobility once we get to our destination. And from talking to my fellow bus riders this morning is once you've learned the system a little bit, you understand your options, you realize there's lots of different options that can take you to all the different places you need to go and not sacrifice that mobility in the process.
The new department head for the Streets Department is working with the Solid Waste Department with a new strategy to pick up citizens' leaves.
We here at the Street Division have the leaf vac trucks. The leaf vac truck will hold about 3 tons of loose leaves, and it's on a vacuum system. Joey, or the Solid Waste Department, has the knuckle boom trucks, which function much differently than our trucks. So we started looking at the town, we started looking at where the more mature trees were, the older section of town, and we realized with our equipment we could pick up leaves a lot quicker. So what we done, we actually took Highway 41 and we divided it. We took the northeast part of town, which is your kind of an older section or the section with more mature trees and stuff in it, and it's usually your heaviest section of Murfreesboro. Well, what that done, that kept us from not going to the sections of town where a lot of the new development was going on. You didn't have the mature trees, you didn't have all this stuff, and Joey with the knuckle boom decided to take that side of town because he could most of the time pick that up in one bite or two and have to reset his truck back up, so it takes him a little more longer to do that. So we took the north part of town, and then from there I divided that area up into 3 sections, area 1, 2, and 3. We had all 4 trucks in one area. And once they clean that area up, they go to area 2, area 3, and then just so forth and so on. So we're able to get there faster, be more cost effective because we're not out here riding in places where we don't have a lot of leaves. So we're staying right here in those main heavy areas while Joey's taking care of the south part of town, or solid waste.
And you know, we're just trying to work together, and it seems to be working out really great. A couple things I want to mention is, first of all, I'd like to ask that everyone just get them out as quick as they can. You know, that helps us a lot, because sometimes we'll go through an area, clean it up, and a lot of people don't think about raking their leaves until they see us. But usually when they see us, it's almost too late. You know, then they come out and, you know, and you have to kind of back around or something. But we ask that people just rake them out, you know, as convenient, as quick as they can. The second thing is when you rake your leaves up, if they're loose, we ask you to rake them up in a windrow, and we ask that that windrow be no more than 10 foot off the curb. And then we ask that you not only rake them in a windrow, but, you know, try not to get over 3 foot high, because our machine only lifts up so high. And the operator can it just works a lot smoother for those guys. And, you know, a couple other things we ask that people not block their storm drain inlet, be aware of those kinds of things. This vacuum on this truck is so powerful, we have in the past actually sucked the steel lids off of water boxes. So, and that causes a lot of damage. Once it gets in the truck, it tears up a lot of stuff. So a lot of people don't pay attention, you know, may not notice that they're piling them over top of their lid of their valve box for their water box. So we ask that people kind of keep an eye out for that kind of thing. And one thing we battle is it's designed to suck up leaves and leaves only. But a lot of people sometimes they'll mix limbs and stumps and construction debris and that kind of thing. It could cause, you know, injury to their employees, but it also could cause damage to the equipment. Some folks like to bag their leaves up, and the only bag leaves that we pick up are those that's in biodegradable bags. And those are normally paper bags. I think there is one plastic bag that you can get that is biodegradable. We just ask that the public call here, 893-4380. And if they've got an issue with their leaves, just call and leave that information with us. We'll know exactly where we're at that day, and we should be able to tell within a few days or a week what area they'll be in. Even if it's not in our area, we ask they can still call here. And what we're doing right now is we will do one or two things. We will give you the phone number if it's not in our area for solid waste, and they can call them, or if they would like, we will email that for them. So we'll be glad to take all phone calls and get there as quick as we can.
If you've ever wondered why leaves change colors and then fall during autumn, the simplest explanation is plants turn sunlight into food, which is a process called photosynthesis. Since there's less light in the winter months, leaves don't receive the nutrients they need to stay alive. When raking leaves, make sure you play it safe. Avoid the urge to become a weekend warrior when raking. Physically overextending yourself could lead to injury. Here are some helpful tips for safely preparing leaves. Don't rake leaves while they are wet. The drier the leaves, the lighter their weight. Use a properly sized rake. Avoid twisting your body while raking. Remember to bend at the knees, and most of all, don't overdo it.
The City of Murfreesboro and MTSU have worked on many programs together in the past. We wanted to find out about one that is ongoing and help some of the impaired streams in this area.
I'm Sheila Knight. I'm the environmental engineer for MTSU, and we are required by the state to look at water quality, quantity, and all things that affect our stormwater runoff. And in the process of this, the City of Murfreesboro and MTSU work together as co-partners in this program.
Stormwater runoff from an urban environment with all the pavement and roofs and cars can pollute the streams. And the science showed that, and regulations were promulgated by EPA and the state of Tennessee that required Murfreesboro and other cities to have programs to keep the stormwater clean. Statewide, MTSU had a group of folks in the Center for Environmental Education who were assisting statewide local governments to do education on stormwater quality and stream quality. So now that's the folks that are helping us are housed in the operations side of MTSU, facilities management, who run their stormwater program as well. And so we actually pay them and work with them to implement these projects.
We've really enjoyed working with the city so far. We do a lot of the education and outreach for the city from the stormwater permit. We're required to do targeted education. We do general education, we do targeted education, and we have to report those at the end of the year. And we really enjoy all of the activities and projects we have going on. We work constantly with the city stormwater department. And part of the permit says that we are supposed to have public participation. And so that is one of our goals, is to get the public involved.
One of our city regulations that we pretty much know and can see is having a benefit is the streamside buffer, our water quality protection area. Our ordinance refers to it as that. We can show some areas where our buffer, our regulatory buffer is in place, and so there's more shade on the streams, the stream water is cooler, and there's going to be, that's a good thing for water quality, in short. Those kinds of projects where there are volunteers, I mean, it worked. You know, we have photographs and signatures, and they brought out a bunch of students several times during the year. So we planted trees or did whatever. So, you know, success.
We usually have a lot of MTSU students because they're really into serving the community, and their teachers and professors really push this. They really want them to realize what impacts they can make on society and how they can be a positive impact instead of a negative.
We could do much of this at the city if we weren't doing other things, but it's a better product, a better outreach with MTSU.
We try to make sure that everything we do is safe. So we provide all of the equipment and everything that's needed for the activities. And we like to get people of all sizes, ages. Kids can come out, they can help pick up trash, or you know, they can help plant seedlings, or they can kind of help their parents plant or do whatever they want to do to help out. We've had different groups such as Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. They're interested in serving the community. So any groups out there that are interested in serving your community and making a difference and feeling like you've done something can come and be a part of any of our activities. Well, if you'd like to be on the volunteer list, you can email me. It's Sheila, SHELIA, .Knight, KNIGHT, at mtsu.edu. And we'll be happy to put you on the list, and you can give us, we just really need your email address. You don't have to provide any personal information, your name and your email, and we'll shoot you out an email letting you know what's going on. And we would love to have anybody come out and help.
Red means stop, yellow means caution, and green means go. That's all you need to know for this Murfreesboro program that's changing lives. An open door, welcoming smile, and oh yeah, did I mention field trips?
We've been on rock climbing field trips. We've been to MTSU to do the swimming, the rock climbing, and the obstacle course out there. We actually went to Memphis this year.
Murfreesboro Housing Authority's Project Go is going strong, according to project coordinator Priscilla Murray.
And we had pretty steady numbers, and when I came aboard, that was my goal, is to try to involve all children and increase the participation, and we've done that actually in all sites. We average about 15 kids consistently at each of the 3 sites.
So tell us, what's Project Go all about?
Project Go is a drug elimination crime prevention program that started for youth and parents that resides in Franklin Heights, Oakland Court, the New Park Side, and Mercury Court. And basically, when it started, drugs in the Murfreesboro area and those housing developments were pretty bad, so they was trying to give youth an outlet
to experience positive things and activities as opposed to having to sell drugs. When they first come in, they'll do homework. If they don't have homework, they have the option to read a book. And we pretty generally try to get them 30 to 45 minutes to do that. After that, they have the option at Patterson. It's going to vary because Patterson obviously has a lot more to offer than the other two sites. They have access to the game room, the pool, the gym. At the other sites, we would do arts and craft activities. We invite guest speakers to come in and talk to the kids about bullying. We go to the health department to do cooking classes, and the kids really enjoy that.
And these skills and character traits learned in Project Go are meant to affect more than just the children in the program.
Just to know that I've planted a seed that will help change a child's life, because by changing a child's life, we change families' lives, because those children may one day become parents, and then hopefully they can pass on what they've learned, a little bit of what we taught them, on to their family. So I feel like what we do is changing generations, so not just that child.
It's these new experiences that seem to turn Project Go into more than just an after-school program.
But we were doing a hayride, and they were doing s'mores and all that, and one of the little girls didn't know what a s'mores was, so when she stuck the marshmallow in the fire and brought it back, of course the marshmallow still had the little flame to it, and she's like, oh, it's on fire, so she takes it and does it like this in the hand. I'm like, no, you know, we don't want to start any fires, but just to see them to be able to experience new things, even that small, because I don't despise anything small, because to me it's still planting seeds. So I love to see their face light up when they're experiencing new things.
And just like these youngsters, Project Go is growing daily and has plenty of children left to reach. For more information on Project Go, visit mha-tn.org. As always, our goal here at Murfreesboro City TV is to provide you with local city information 24 hours a day. So if you want to find out what's happening right here in your town, pick up a copy of our program schedule at the Linebaugh Public Library, St. Clair Street Senior Center, or download it off the city's website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. If you would like a copy of the program schedule via email, just send the request to citytv@murfreesborotn.gov. Remember, on the city's website, you have city programs and meetings right at your fingertips. And the City TV channel is streaming live 24 hours a day at www.murfreesborotn.gov. In addition, please visit us on various social media sites. YouTube at youtube.com/City of Murfreesboro. On Facebook, search for the City of Murfreesboro, and find us on Twitter at City of Mboro TN. Until next time, I'm your host, Vinny Black. We'll see you soon in the city.